Let's spare a thought for those living in Canada, such as myself. All right. Canadian 2024 GDP growth already matches 2023, driven by public sector. El sector público. What does that mean? It means public sector in Spanish. And what does that mean? It means that the private sector is being taxed to death to fund the six-figure income jobs that public sector workers have. And this is very detrimental to a country. Then this is your coast. You're coasting into communism here. And Canada's central bank is going to be more comfortable holding off on rate cuts, says StatsCan. Data shows real gross domestic product GDP surged in January, defying analyst expectations. Over just 2 months in 2024's growth is already equivalent to all growth seen in 2023. However, it's not clear how the momentum continues since most of the growth was driven by public sector government jobs. So Canada's economy grew much faster than expected, and growth factors due primarily to temporary drivers, and public sector drove Canadian. This is what I was aiming for here. So there is your public sector right there. This is extremely important information that you guys need to understand. When government, red tape, bureaucracy, all this garbage, six-figure income workers too. Six-figure income. Oh yeah, six figures. And they're $200 away from insolvency. And why is this important? We got to bring this up, folks. Here it is. And on our channel here, just type in public and private sector on our channel. Government jobs destroying Canada by 2025, 60% public sector by 2030, 80 to 85%. Private versus public sector jobs. Canadian interest rates were raised on junk unemployment data 6 years ago. Canadian economy too dependent on public sector jobs. Nearly 9 out of 10 jobs created in 2021. So it is coming, folks. Fake Canadian job growth. Public sector does not count. Mom and pops to be taxed to death 4 years ago. Public spaces. I mean, it goes into... We've been really, really vocal about this almost in every country in the Commonwealth and in the United States. And it's very important that, like, this is crazy. Look at this. This is the performance right here. All industries. Okay, mining and gas has gone down. Utilities, which is government run. Construction, which is private sector, has gone down. Manufacturing is slightly up. Retail is dead. Transportation and warehousing is dead. Finance and insurance is low, dead. And real estate and rental and leasing is doing better than retail, right? And then you got professional scientific and technical services, accommodation and food services. And there's your public sector, your government jobs right there. And that's your coast to communism, folks. And that's what we've been talking about here for forever. And we've been making videos about this forever. And Trudeau's online speech monitoring. There's Bill C-663 that we've been covering here very vocally about this. Very scary, scary, scary. Trudeau's online speech monitoring. The government contracted a third-party tool to monitor speech. And if you guys remember, we actually covered this. This was metalware in 2014 for the first time that cost $49,437 taxpayer Canadian dollars, but then it went up to more. And metalware, and this is off the government website here. I'll open that for you. Melt water social trends monitoring tool, privacy impact assessment summary, and it's basically is an effort to maintain and improve its public relations, communications, outreach, and engagement activities with Canadians. And it's just monitoring us more and more. And man, 46 charged with murder in deadly North York stabbing. And this is the safest country in the world, Canada, where they banned guns. And now knives start to surface. Where am I getting this information from? England. England has more stabbings than any other country in the world. And I'll explain to you in a second here. So this goes on to say nothing here. So that's that right there. And the reason why I brought this article up is because of we've been warning you. Stabbings and knife violence set to skyrocket in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Let's look at data. Now, when they ban the guns, what happens? Let's see if we can find the data here. We got it here. Give me a sec, folks. And there's the House of UK. There's the UK there, right there. And they're going... Where did that go? That disappeared. Here it is. So there's your stabbings right there. This is in the thousands. So that's 45,000, 42,000 stabbings. That's in England. Look at that. 52,000 in the thousands. So 31,000, 27,000 stabbings in 2013. And it just goes on and on and on. And this is sharp instrument and knives. An increase in recorded levels of knife crime. England and Wales excluding Greater Manchester. I wonder what Greater Manchester is up to and why they have to exclude it from this chart in this video we made a year ago. So I wanted to share this with you guys because once the guns go, people will find ways to kill each other no matter what, and stabbings go up. And there's your graph right there in the video we made. And in 2020, 2021, you're like 42,000 in 2020 and 45,000 in 2021. And that's in England, folks. And there goes to show that, yeah, take the guns, people will still find, and I'd like to see them try to ban knives. That would be interesting. Trudeau's climate plan makes no sense, according to Trudeau. And there he is, the Oompa Loompa here in Canada, the Prime Minister that's asleep, that has no idea if he's tricking or treating, but unfortunately we can't read the article, so there it is right there. Of course it doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. That's the whole point. What this guy's talking about makes no sense because it's supposed to not make sense. If that makes absolutely any sense to you guys, it's supposed to not make sense. That's the whole point. And that's why it's being done.